Cosplay. Definition: the practice of dressing up as a character from a film, book, or video game. But what if there was more to it than that? Let's go behind the costumes, behind the creative, behind the makeup. Within this community, there is a beacon of humanity that shines through. A beating heart of inspiration, freedom, and acceptance. It brings people together with no judgment, no agenda, and no prejudice. You can be whoever you want to be, and not be judged for who you are. Here you will hear the real-life stories of the cosplay community rarely ever heard. As we go behind the makeup. Harriet Megan Rogers.
My childhood was really fun and I really did enjoy it, and I believe that it has shaped the cosplayer I am today. I used to play a lot of sports. I was a tennis player and I used to play something around 7.5 hours of tennis a week. I absolutely loved my arts and crafts at school. I did things like art GCSE and art BTEC at A level. A lot of people ask me this question as to why I chose cosplay. I think it was just the idea of making your own design and then actually building your own design. I love the idea of cosplay because it's just like, for me, spreading happiness. I want to spread happiness to others, and my spellcaster Tinkerbell is one of the best ways of doing that. Children absolutely love it. It makes them smile, it makes their day if they get to see Tinkerbell. People are absolutely shocked by all the detailing on it, and I absolutely love that. I love that people are smiling from it, and that's really why I chose cosplay, is to make other people smile, to make them see the love that I put in my costumes, for them to see something else that they love themselves but in a different manner. Part of my costuming is to have a complex design. I don't like building them complex, but I tend to build them complex, as you can see. I design, look at references, things that I want to combine. So here is my Davy Jones Ariel. This is just a coat. I have a corset and I have a shirt and leggings in a drawer, but this is the coat. And the design detail for the next part, my trident, is so elaborate that it's going to take quite a while, and it's also a completely new technique, so I'm learning things as I go. The reason that I actually started cosplaying at conventions was in December of 2014 I contracted meningococcal septicemia strain W, which is one of the rarest strains of meningitis. I was only given 24 hours to live, and in the end, thankfully, I pulled through. But I did go on a very horrible and dark journey during that illness and after. I ended up actually being ill quite far away from home, and my parents would have to drive 2.5 hours every day to come and see me. So then my parents ended up staying with me for 4 or 5 days in the hospital, living in the hospital, to make sure that I was okay. My body has recovered to a point. Recovery tends to be 5 years. It'll be 2 years this year in December of 2016. I have become partially deaf in the right ear from it. I have gained asthma from it. I do not have the energy levels that I used to. So having to learn how to cope with the side effects and of having an illness while being a cosplayer can be incredibly hard. Not to mention, after my illness, I actually gained, I hate to say it like that, but I actually ended up developing depression and even more anxiety, worse than it was before. Now, my anxiety and depression was quite bad, and it centered mostly around death because of nearly dying myself, and then also having several deaths in the family. It used to be absolutely horrendous the first few months after my illness, because I always had in the back of my mind, you're going to get ill, you're going to get ill, you're going to die, you're going to get ill. And in the end, of course, I haven't got ill again and I haven't died. But it's the little evil monster that sits in your brain and tells you all these things. So being in the cosplay community is really good. We're like bumping everybody up, and being somebody who suffered depression, that can be really good, because feeling like you're alone when you're not alone is the worst feeling ever, and that is what I was having. And now, because I'm in a cosplay community, I can talk to someone, and a lot of them will just say, oh, if you're not feeling very well and you're a bit down, just tell me, and I will sit there and I'll talk to you. And even if it's talking to you about fish fingers or something, or a dog, or a costume, it helps in that way. So the cosplay community has actually helped me with my depression and anxiety and everything after my illness. A lot of people do say this, and I know how they feel. With my depression and anxiety, I didn't want to leave the house, I didn't really have anything to do, so I kind of started designing things, and after nearly dying I was like, oh right, that's it, Harry, you're going to cosplay at a Comic Con. I don't care, you could get weird stares from a lady on the public transport, I don't care. At the end of the day, it is about you and doing what you want to do in life. People asking for photos, people asking who I am, seeing little kids' faces light up because they see Tinkerbell or they see the Mad Hatter absolutely makes me happy to think that I'm also making them smile as well as making myself smile.
Cosplay. You can be whoever you want to be and not be judged for who you are.
A makeshift purebred that's been spoon-fed since on the assembly line.
Cosplay gave me my life back. It rehabilitated my hand. I had way better than physical therapy. Now I have something to do every day when I get up. I already know what my plans are, and it's the plans that I'm making my own, and this is what I do, and this is a medication for me, and I absolutely love it.